So this is where it's starting to get serious on this VQ37VHR swap. The whole front end, everything has been taken apart. So if you guys haven't been following along, we are planning on using this engine, the VQ37VHR, on my G35 coupe. I have 250,000 miles on my G35, so if you guys are interested on seeing the full swap, please make sure you guys comment below, like and subscribe, and follow the journey, Gallo 12 or 24, because we're doing this swap. As you guys can see, everything is getting taken apart right now, and honestly, this is looking pretty promising. Everything looks to be like it's in good shape. This has 130,000 miles. It has an upgraded radiator. It has some Z1 parts already. I know that it has a new clutch, so I know that this engine and transmission has been taken care of. And this is why, the whole reason why I want to do the swap, because it has way less miles, it has been taken care of, and on top of that, I do plan on boosting this engine. I want to go either rear mount turbo or some type of cheap turbo kit just to, get by for right now. And, maybe run 6 to 8 pounds of boost. When you're closer to 450 horsepower on the VQ37 VHR, you have a little bit of wiggle room because the stock block, everything will hold 600 wheel. On the DE, on the other hand, 400 torque is the limit. And I don't want to be pushing 390 and have 250,000 miles and be close to that limit. So this gives me that little wiggle room that I can have some fun with this engine. This swap is definitely not going to be easy because we're going to have to be doing the BCM, the ECM, dealing with all the VVL modules and everything. A lot of wiring needs to be done, but that's something that we're not afraid of. So if you guys are planning on doing this exact swap as well, a VQ37 VHR on your G35 or 350Z, any car that has a DE, please follow along the journey. We're going to be here to guide you guys, and as well as you guys will see everything, the full transformation. I'm going to be wrapping the G35. I'm going to be putting the turbo kit. I'm going to get new wheels, everything. It already has coilovers, it has an exhaust, but the G35 coupe right now is going to be a night and day difference when you guys see it. And make sure you guys follow that journey. And again, guys, if you guys haven't seen the video, we have picked up this 370Z for $2,000. A manual, look at this. A manual running and driving 370Z, 130,000 miles. That is something you guys do not see all the time. The interior is pretty mint, I'm not gonna lie. There's some things that needs attention, like every other Z and G, cracked dash, everything, but it has a full screen. This is the touring package, so it's gonna have the navigation, it's gonna have the upgraded Bose system, everything. 6-speed manual transmission. It has the auto rev match, but we don't use that out here. Push to start, it's a 370Z. What more can you ask for? For $2,000, it has some upgrades. This is literally a steal. Doing the swap this way, when you get a full donor car, is actually the easiest and cheapest way. If you were to go out and buy the engine, transmission, harness, everything, and have to get it sent out to get wired in, it'll cost an arm and a leg. Let me tell you guys, this is the way to go. If you guys could find a cheap manual 370Z running and driving, or even a manual G37, or even the Q60s, I think they're considered a Q60, 3.7, if you guys could find one for cheap, this is the way to go. So pretty much I've been doing a lot of research. I can use the same G35 drive shaft, the motor mounts, everything all fits in. So pretty much this 370Z engine, the 3.7, can fit right into the G35 chassis. And like I said before, we are literally starting to tear apart everything. I mean, the fenders, the whole front end, everything, the radiator support, the radiators out, the intakes, and everything here seems to be in good shape. I don't see any front seal leaks or anything. The belt might need to be replaced, it has some cracks, but that's normal wear and tear stuff. Something that we're not afraid of. I was reading online about the power steering pump. There's something that I have to figure out with that because some of the lines are not different. I might have to use a G37 line. There's going to be things that needs to be into consideration, but it's something we're not afraid of. This is how it's looking like right now, and it's going to be bare bones to the shell very shortly. And any of you guys that are interested in these wheels, these are 20-inch wheels. Please message us because we're trying to get rid of these. Personally, not my style, but maybe somebody will like them. They're not a bad wheel. It's just I don't want to be 20s. I might actually go down to 18s. Right now I have 19s on my G35, so I might go down to 18s. So let me know if you guys are interested in these wheels. They are a staggered setup, so let me go over here. They're not a bad looking wheel. So when I do this swap, there's going to be a lot of things I need to take to consideration, and there's going to be a lot of hoses and everything that I'm going to want to be able to replace because the engine is going to be outside. If that makes sense, there's hoses from the back and everything that we simply cannot get until we pretty much take the engine out. So there's going to be a lot of stuff I'm going to be having to upgrade, and you know, maybe I might just run stock hoses for right now, but I think the smartest thing to do is to upgrade some hoses that, you know, I can't access right now until the engine is out. This is the time to do everything that pretty much is hard to access. If I'm going to run the stock cats back, if I'm going to run test pipes, this is the time to figure out what to do. VQ37VHR on my G35, it is still going to be lighter than the whole 370Z Roadster. The whole point of this swap was to get a newer mile engine with a lower miles and to be able to have the capacity to boost it. Like I've mentioned before, this is not going to be an overnight swap, so we're not looking to do this over the weekend. This is going to take probably a good 2-3 months, but now is the time for you guys to stay along for the journey, watch the process, and have any questions, leave it in the comments below. There isn't really any information on how to do the VQ37VHR swap. There's some builds out there that's completely done, but you know, nobody's really like going into depth on how to do it. Let me know if this is a dumb idea, if we should just scrap this, but I don't think so. I think we're just gonna keep moving forward, and if you guys are interested in this swap, again, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. This is where we're at right now. The 370Z is torn apart. We're getting ready to do the VQ37VHR swap. So if you guys want to see the VQ37 swap on my G35 step by step, make sure you subscribe, because once the motor is out, everything is going to start moving really fast. So make sure you guys subscribe, stay tuned, and share it, guys. Share it with anybody that wants to do a VQ37VHR swap, and I'll see you guys when I see you guys.